Kings. Raises.
Yeah, queen high. I mean,
Queen high?
This time, Phil has queen high and calls. Action folds around to Friedman, queen 6 suited. He's out. Eugene, ace 9 offsuit.
Eugene's in the big blind, so he is in at a discount. Daniel's been running really hot this session. You can't have it every time.
And he's going to play.
Negreanu had aces and kings in the first 3 hands last night. Might be tough for Eugene to keep giving him credit for so many monsters.
5 deuce ace. Ketcheloff hits top pair.
Eugene has just run down 2 kings.
And checks. Daniel checks.
Phil's got by far the worst of it. Looks like he's the only one considering a bet.
He's got 1,200 in his hand right now. That's what he makes it to go.
Eugene might be worried about a bigger ace, but if you're calling with ace 9 and an ace hits, you can't really just fold to one bet, especially one this small.
He's listening, Joe. He calls.
Let's see if Daniel listens. He can't like the ace, but he might not be ready to fold his kings yet.
You too, Daniel?
Yeah.
My God.
You didn't expect 2 calls,
No,
right?
I
Just one.
was expecting 1 call.
No.
Yeah.
The turn. The 8 of hearts.
This is about as big a blank as can hit.
Eugene checks. Daniel checks.
Okay.
Phil checks.
I checked.
No one improved or picked up additional draws.
King on the river, giving Daniel a set.
Daniel overcalled way behind on the flop, though it did get him a free card, and it paid off for him big time here on the river.
Ketcheloff leads out, 4,200.
It's going to be tough for Eugene to know that card hurt him. Eugene's just made a value bet. As soon as Eugene bets here, Daniel's pretty sure Eugene's got an ace. Daniel's trying to figure out how good his ace is and how big of a raise he'll call.
Daniel raises to 14-2.
Think Phil's Hollywooding a bit here since he bet out on the flop. Got nothing but queen high.
And there's the fold.
This is a good raise from Daniel. There aren't a lot of hands Daniel would play this way that aren't bluffs, so in Eugene's mind, he may decide Daniel's bluffing more often in this spot than he has it. Daniel opened under the gun, overcalled the flop. Now he's raising the river. Those all indicate strength.
And Eugene folds. Daniel picks up a nice meaty pot.
No, I had at least that.
King 8 of spades?
No.
I don't think he'd raise it on river.
King 8 of spades? No, you're right. I wouldn't. You had blocker.
Now Daniel's up over 25 grand.
I think you didn't have anything.
Yeah, I did.
You didn't have an ace.
Wait a minute, I didn't have an ace.
You have an ace? You didn't have an ace. Oh my.
Phil's not giving up any information about that hand, but he did tell us how excited he is to be playing the loose cannon sitting just across the table from him.
It's actually a really fun show. It's a fun concept because whoever the loose cannon is, I think their best strategy is to play very patiently and then late to start to gamble a lot more. To most people that are watching the show, if they win $60,000, $70,000, that's a lot of money. If you can get to $60,000 or $70,000 or $100,000 win, it might make sense for some of these guys just to actually walk away because it's only going to cost them $300 a hand to walk away. They walk away from 40 hands, they only lose $12,000 back.
Only Phil Hellmuth would suggest sitting out. Tips from the knit, they should call that segment. Right now, Andre's in the red, but he's got some chips to play with still. And he can't walk away just yet. If he's not up over 100 dimes by the end of 150 hands, he gets a big fat bagel.
Oh, wow, that would have been pretty.
Action begins with Phil, Jack 8.
All right, 12.
I didn't catch that, Joe. What did he raise it to?
I think it was 12.
12. Oh, jacks for the cannon.
I'm a big fan of 2 jacks in the hole.
Re-raises to 4,000.
Andre's picked a good spot to re-raise. He's got Phil drawing very thin.
Stern folds.
4,000.
Friedman's out. Ketcheloff. Pocket tens.
Even if you think Andre's got a better hand, Eugene's still got pretty good implied odds to try to flop a set.
Wow, he lays it down.
Quite a read from Eugene.
Phil calls.
Can't believe I just folded my hand.
While Phil Hellmuth can't believe Pops just repopped him.
5, Queen, 9.
My hand back too.
Phil checks.
He's whiffed, but he's got a gut shot.
4.
Andre makes it 4,000. Phil quickly calls.
And Eugene did fold half of Phil's outs to the straight.
Go, Andre. Go, Andre.
8 of clubs on the turn.
Phil's now got a pair to go with his gut shot.
He checks.
It's a good card for Andre because it's going to keep Phil in the hand, drawing very thin.
Andre bets 5,000. Phil calls.
Phil doesn't seem to be deterred by the fact that Andre's not deterred.
The river. Trip 8s for Hellmuth.
Runner, runner, suck out.
25,000.
Phil bets 25 grand.
Phil's made a nearly pot-sized bet here to make it look like he's trying to buy it. In a spot like this, a hand that'll call 15K will also call 25 most of the time, so he figures he might as well go for the gusto.
And keep in mind, if Andre Capella makes this call, it is for more than a third of his remaining chip stack.
I'll call.
3/8.
3/8.
Phil Hellmuth wins the biggest pot of the week.
Jack. Against Jack 8. Phil Hellmuth.
Lucky guy. Lucky
Getting
guy.
in there with the worst of it. But
Andre's taken that runner, runner loss pretty well.
Lucky guy.
If the tables were turned, we'd be hearing a lot of bleeps right now.
bad beat there.
Phil's trip 8s has tripped up the loose cannon. Can Andre get up off the mat? Find out when we come back.
Welcome back. Do you think you can beat this game? For a chance to be a loose cannon and play on the big game this season, log on to PokerStars.net. There are free qualifying tournaments every day. Now let's get back to the action.
Quick reminder that stats for every hand of the big game, as well as bonus footage and uncensored clips deemed too hot for TV, can be found on the website.
Nothing on the flop and 2 runners.
Play with the pros, give speeches like the pros.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You're a professional.
Well, if you would have bet a little more, if you would have bet a little bit more, I would have folded on the flop. Yeah.
Well, you know, a second pair is really worth it. Much more than what I bet.
And the turn, it was an easy call, only 5,000.
Yeah.
Pretty lucky, though.
Phil might be a bad loser, but he's a pretty good winner.
Eugene on the button. Raises with king high. Daniel folds.
Eugene thinks king high is good enough to raise on the button.
Well, he's dominating Phil.
That's right. Phil's a 3-1 dog.
But he makes the call.
Pretty loose defend of Phil's big blind.
Yeah, check.
Phil checks in the dark. 8, king 5, Katcheloff top pair.
Eugene's got top pair and Phil's drawing almost dead.
Eugene checks. Another king on the turn.
And now he is drawing dead.
$900. Are you allowed to laugh when you bet?
Phil's made a really small bet here. Even he doesn't take it seriously.
It was a giggly 900.
Yeah, but Eugene's all business, trying to figure out how to get the most amount of money out of Hellmuth.
Yeah, I guess in other countries, laughing's big. Everyone goes to like a certain place. They meet.
Katcheloff
and they
raises
want
to
to
4,000.
That's the way it's going to be, huh?
It's like a thing to do.
Okay.
Yeah, like you go in there.
Phil folds.
Everyone starts laughing.
Katcheloff picks up a pot of nearly 9 grand.
That's the way it's going to be, Eugene. All righty.
Phil might think he got bluffed, but Eugene saved him from firing off any more money.
But despite that loss, Phil still has his fill of good news. He's actually won the most dough so far. Remember, they're going to play 150 hands this week. Our loose cannon has got to get it going. If Andre doesn't turn a profit, he's going to walk away empty-handed.
We're only done with 40 hands. He's already stuck over 60K. I'd say he's in pretty dire straits already.
You know, if you were the big winner in this game, that's going to make headlines. USA Today, front page.
Oh, my God.
That's going to be Phil Hellmuth. Beats online punks.
Except probably not, since most of America will be reading it online.
I'm going to straddle one time, see what happens.
You're going to straddle. You like big pots, right?
Yeah, let's gamble.
That's how you like to play.
Live straddle.
A live straddle is a blind raise that affords the straddler last action pre-flop.
So that means action will begin with Phil Hellmuth, the headline maker. Looking at Jack Trey, folding. Ace-10 offsuit for the loose cannon. Calls.
Phil, my friend, come on over.
Donnie's raised to 3,000.
Thanks, Phil.
Donnie's attempting to isolate Andre.
Action folds to the cannon. Who calls?
Hey,
What's up, girl?
you know, I think I'm zapping good energy your way because you're up.
I'm doing well. I mean, I got lucky there and hit a hand. I hit 3/8, and I've been working really hard on my game. I played like, you know, a ton this year in 2010.
Right.
I'm back as a professional poker player.
Andre checks the best hand.
Phil's got the reset.
Donnie fires 4,000
Donnie's got the worst of it, but he's got position and aggression on his side.
and a win.
They're dealing you in. Get out there.
All right, girl.
Donnie Stern finally takes one down, but Joe, he